Boo! What is up, everybody? We are back here with some more Danganronpa. Anyway, let's get to the game. This time, waste some more time. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Huh. Shiba no Monokuma doesn't tell us who the victim actually was. The unidentified body, could it really be Kyoko? I don't think it is. I don't think Kyoko had nails, right? Or I have no choice. I have to investigate. I have to uncover the truth for myself. No matter what, I have to find out what happened, or we're all dead. I need to go back to the scene of the crime, back to the garden. Let's figure out who this mystery person is, because I don't think it is her. Okay, time to get started. I need to check anywhere that may be important for one end to the another. Okay, I just need to do what I always do. Alright, let's check this body, because I do not think it's Kyoko. If I check the body more thoroughly, maybe then I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. I don't think it is. Huh. There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. And it seems the person had some type of mark on their hand as well. I wonder what that is. They seem like they get in the way of a normal... Also, they're really pale. It looks like this person's been dead for a long time. They seem like they get in the way of a normal activity. Is this Junko? Is this Junko's body? No way. Fake nails. There's also something on the back of her hand. Is this a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like a picture of a dog. Something I've never seen anything like. I didn't even see the dog. I thought it was like some type of like sigil or something. The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it, which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? Well, when the water have went down, the white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only one little piece left. The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. That's because it got set on fire and I drew water on it. So I only drew water on the part that was on fire. The top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet that isn't, right? Why do you keep saying there isn't, right? Like, I'm like, is there something else that I'm missing? Am I missing something? What's this? These look like fragments of something. A bomb? They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like that before. But where? Wait, was it there? I'll have to double check that later. I'm gonna assume the bomb that was in the thing. The knife laying on the ground. Is this? It must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. Monokuma found the knife went all the way through the body from the front to back. Does that mean this knife actually will cause a fatal injury? Either way, this knife looks really familiar. Wait, is this? That's it. It's a knife that person was holding. This is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And that same knife we used to stab that same masked attacker we found here. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because when they attacked, I was in kind of a trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife, and maybe then this really is Kyoko. It would mean Kyoko is the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. You're thinking way too much. You're making way too many assumptions. I don't know. It can't be. There's no way. You're making too many assumptions right now. What we need is logical evidence. The shrooms actually disorganized. In other words, they're pretty stereotypical. That's new. That is new. Yeah, that was not in here before. Anything else missing from here though? I'm trying to look. I don't know. Top is wet and covered with mud and grime, but the underside is totally clean and completely dry. One side of the tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. Interesting. That's the one thing in here that concerns me. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, let's talk to them now. Let's see if they know anything at all. Good timing, Makoto. I wanted to talk to you. What do you want to talk about?
So, in other words...
I'd like to hear your alibi. Alibi?
In other words...
Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. But why are you asking about that now? What's nighttime got to do with it?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious? This murder took place after nighttime. How can you know that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hiro's been spending most of his time in the garden in the last few days, so I figured he'd be there. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here.
In other words...
So the murder could have only taken place at some point during nighttime, after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. What? Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's gym to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all four of us have airtight alibis. The only one who doesn't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
That's right.
And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well.
What?
But you never came to the door. So where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth. I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so... That's hardly an alibi. I know. So what now? You seem to be quite at the disadvantage here. Okay, but that doesn't make... That doesn't make me any more guilty, though. Like, if you choose to vote me, you're all gonna die. Wait a minute. Listen, Makoto, do you remember how the body looked, before it blew up? If I remember right, it was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of his stomach. Apparently, the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. We obviously not to touch to avoid getting all bloody. But for how much blood there was on her body, I didn't see any on the ground around it.
Okay.
Wow, thanks, that was a big help. Now that you explained that, I totally remember how it looked. Having to talk about it like that helped me too. I remember a lot better too. So thank you too. God dang, that was a lot of two. So who does that body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not gonna look. I don't want to faint anymore. It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and?
For serious?
Oh, well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Roku's announcement opened by 7 o'clock. As usual, I headed for dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, with Hina, I was right around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Then Tokyo went and took the pickaxe, and that's when I actually found the body. What time was it then? Ooh! Bilingualness! You feel me? I'm really good at articulating myself. Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the... Yeah, I'm not reading all that, bro. You already know this. That's right, had it have been right around 9 o'clock.
You know?
Oh, now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small job. When the body was found. Well, what would that have to do with anything? I count 4 chickens. Huh? 4? Yeah, there was like 5, right? What's going on, Makoto? Oh, I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? Of course, there were precisely 5. Yeah, right?
Huh?
What's wrong? There's 4 chickens here. There's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short. That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared.
But
I was down there before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens there.
what?
What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world. How is losing 1 chicken gonna impact the world?
Conspiracy!
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Even if a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. Now let's ignore here and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could we relate to the case? And come on, it has to be. This is a panel of sprinklers are set on timer at 7:30 every morning, and the equipment said the time positively couldn't be changed. Huh, hold on. So the sprinkler turned on at 7:30 each morning, right? And the body was here right before the sprinkler should have gotten it wet, which would mean the murder must have taken place. When? Are you gonna tell me, or am I gonna figure it out myself? When did the murder take place? I think I need in this area, but I'm not done yet. There's other area I need to check. It's really that fragment I found before. It's something, yeah, I know. Is that question? I don't know that. No, but the hair does not match. Kyoko's hair is way too light. What was that? Was that also Kyoko taking me last night? Obviously not, dude. You're thinking too much. You're making too many dumb assumptions. We need factual evidente. If I can't find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never that kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. But the key to her room...
It's all clear now.
I will simply let me... Oh, yeah.
What?
I
Just
remember that.
give up.
Let's just ask him. Hey, Byakuya, if you come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it later at the class trial. Oh, no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect after all.
What?
Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own dinner to take care of. Find me again later and you'll see.
Goodbye.
Depending on my mood, I may go with you, or I may not. Whatever, dog. You're such a... You're... Oh! Where's the bomb? Murk was lying to me before, but I figured it wouldn't be there here.
You know?
I just found something. Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like. Wait, so somebody took the bomb. And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden. That's weird. So somebody took the bomb. Wait. That doesn't make sense though. Because they said they were in there the whole time. The only time that... Wait, what? We were in the gymnasium the whole time with the bomb. The only time we weren't with the bomb is when we went to go check the body. There's legitimately no way. There's legitimately no way someone could have done that. What? You think you go soon, Byakuya?
Let's go.
You want to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well, let's go. Wait for me. There's something on the table. It's a wood block decoration.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. It doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
It's
But
certainly
if it is
possible.
a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Really what? Unless I'm mistaken. I'm pretty sure I saw someone in the dojo that this might go to. The dojo. Cool, nice. Okay, it seems like that's pretty much it. Here's her bed. Okay, to the bathroom. Bathroom. She might have certain articles hanging out to dry. I better not look inside. Does that really matter right now?
What?
Wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for? Nothing in particular. I just thought we might find some kind of clue here. A clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Come on.
You can't be serious. That's why you made me take out my time out of my search to come here? Sorry. Don't apologize to this Nimrod. Gosh, I hate when he apologizes to this little insignificant twerp. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed. No matter how much time you take. Surely you have more concrete, something to give us some sort of direction here. More concrete. Oh, I know. Okay, can you give me some? What is this?
It's true.
Dude, I completely forgot about this letter, dog. What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happens, I should open it.
Interesting.
Something has certainly happened, so open it. Okay. Open the envelope and look inside. Inside there was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets.
What?
That's all that was in there? Yeah, looks like it. Under the sheets, what could it be? I don't know. What has sheets in the room? The bed. But could something be hid under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but just sheets. What's this? I found a crumpled piece of paper. Class 78 student registry. Mukuro Ikusaba.
I see.
It appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Yeah, looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key. Yeah. This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing, and this is what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. And ever to pull myself together and look down at the profile sheet. Name Mukuro Ikusaba, female, the ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. In elementary school? Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up on no information and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. What? The Ultimate Soldier, a mercenary group. This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a complete different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction and the other sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That's how I saw things as just another ordinary person. But then
I see.
I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. Huh? You recognize it?
Naturally.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazy warmongers. But they do have their uses and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir has already
Found it!
Well, I feel like our hero's becoming a bit player and a bit player is becoming our hero. Ah, it's you.
What?
What have you got in your pretty little hand there?
What?
Uh-oh, you found her profile. So what if we did?
Hey!
Don't freak
Come
out on me.
on
I'm not going to hold
now.
it against her or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know.
What?
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order. Ooh, that's such a mouthful. Okay, I think we're gonna end it right here. This episode was a little lax, nothing crazy, nothing major, but it did give us a lot more insight to this Mukuro Ikusaba. A little girl obsessed with the military, mastering every weapon, supposedly. I feel like that's impossible, but whatever. Maybe every firearm, because every firearm is technically similar. You know, you only need to master one firearm to know. You only need to master one type of firearm. You know, like you only need to master one pistol to master all pistols. You only need to master one rifle to master all rifle. Fully automatics. You know, you get the point. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope I was able to make you laugh, and I hope I made your day a little bit better. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.